I am going to wait a few minutes to give people an opportunity to come on. I hope everyone is doing fabulous. I hope everyone is loving themselves. I hope everyone is feeling a sense of peace and flow. I hope everyone is indeed balanced. It's been a beautiful day. Hi, Snow. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. Oh, you guys, my space is peculiar right now. I just wanted to come on to touch base with you guys. It's good to see you too. It's good to see. I'm trying to give people some time to come on. I feel like so much is going on, hon. I mean, I feel like I'm going through this metamorphosis in my spirit, in my life, in my heart, but I don't know direction that is going. Yes, exactly. And it's like the shift is affecting me from head to toe, all the way to the bottom of my feet. You know, I can't seem to, I feel like, we're in nine, the number nine, and number nine represents ending, and I literally feel that we're on the plethora of endings going into a new beginning. And it's like this new beginning has such a serendipity way. Like I'm even seeing people differently. I can't even explain it because I I just feel like the space that we're living in right now is so transformative. The veil is so thin that you actually have to be careful what you say. Right. It's like we're not there. Okay, this is a good analogy. It's like we know we're at the end. We're not there yet, but we actually can feel the energy of the new beginning. Is that a good way to express that? It's like we know that is there. Like it's almost like you can do like this and touch it, but yet the veil is thinning. And that's why we can give it an analogy of the new earth. Earth is rebirth. Because what happens when a child is born is that it's that moment where the infant is still in the embryo, in the fluid, but yet you can still see the baby, but the water hasn't broken. And it's like when the water breaks, that's what the veil looks like. It's almost like we're behind the veil, but we can actually see the other side. And at times, we can actually feel it. So I think I talked to you guys last week about all these crazy situations. Like, I had the stalker. I have just random men like fading in and out of my reality. Is this a test? Or is this letting me know how much I'm changing? That I can't be bought? I can't be uh, I can't be manipulated anymore. And there is such value in who I am that you can't just come and just show up like um in someone's life. But oh, you guys, I got to tell you this. So yesterday, I'm like a worker bee. I'm on the computer. And I think I've told you guys I'm working on software. I'm doing a book right now. I am like extremely busy, and I'm building like my business is going. Oh yeah, I'm a business owner. Not only do I have a job, I'm writing a book. I have a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I was in a conference all day today. That's why I'm kind of tired. But let me tell you something. What gets me is that I was thinking like how interesting the energy is feeling when you're not in the matrix. Like, you're not in the matrix, but you see people in the matrix that are not aware that they're plugged into the matrix. And so we're going through this shift, and the shift is literally transforming every aspect of ourselves, all the way to the place of all the way to the place of that we're doing this great transformation, but it's almost like a song. It's like vibrational, it's like frequency. And finally, at last, you guys, I totally understand. This is what's blowing me away. Could we, at all this time, we had to go backwards in order to bring in this mass awakening? We had to experience things. Like, I'm actually having visions of my reincarnation here. The smell, the environment, the woman that was right next to me helping me through this transition to come into the earth plane. And it was so interesting because when I was having that encounter, I had no clue what was going on. I was just like, what was that dream about? Why am I dreaming that I could smell calla lily? I know where I belong is calla lilies everywhere because I smelled calla lily. Even the oil, the alabaster oil that she was putting on my skin smelled like calla lilies. Isn't it amazing that we are all being brought together in the same timeline? We're having this rebirthing of our world, which we think is new. Like, when she was pouring the alabaster oil on me and I smelled the calla lily, that was where I came from. I'm starting to remember. The Akasha records are opening. It's almost like you have this gallant emotion in your heart and in your spirit and your soul, and you just feel so free. And then in a moment's time, you can feel sorrow. In the moment's time, you can feel anger because you're releasing the residue. You're releasing the residue of pain, the residue of insult, the residue of unforgiveness, the residue of self-hate, because it's the self-hate that lies us in bad relationships, bad situations, bad circumstances, bad realities. And now that that veil is thin and we look back, we see the past no more. Even though we see glimpse of it, this is the crazy thing. Have you gone to a place that you used to go all the time and it's no longer there? It's like it never ever existed. That's was blowing me away. The time lapses that I can't not even reconcile with myself. To be sitting down and next thing you know is the evening. To be in focus and in purpose and in a time right now, and to really know that you're exactly here by design. We are so here by design. We are here to remember. We are here to remember and understand who we are. It's not about the fluff. It's not about all that stuff. We embody etherical. We embody the space of Gaia. We embody source. It's in our bones, it's in our blood, it's in our nails, it's in our hair, it's in our feet, it's everywhere, it's all over us. Remember who you are. And one thing I want to encourage you is what I started doing is before I went into my REM sleep, I started asking Source to help me remember that when I lay and close my eyes and I go into my REM sleep, and as I go into my REM sleep and my spirit body leaves my body to allow this body, this tangible thing, that this shell that I dwell in, my soul dwells in, to give it time to rest. Take me on a journey to home so I can understand and see who I once was and who I am to be. That's what's so amazing about where we're at right now. The opportunity to get out of ego and to really understand self, to really understand the why. Most of us here came for the mission. Most of us here came to reactivate. Most of us came to remember who we are. It's so important that we know who we are at this time. And the one thing I've been seeing is that we're coming online, and our gifts are becoming known to us. And I think it's almost like we're waking up each day, and each day we have a new gift. Each day we have a new perception. Each day we have a new understanding. Each day we can see the reason we are here. I keep saying to myself, this is what I keep saying to myself. Why did it take me this long to realize that my whole journey was to remember my mission and to know what my mission means? And everybody's mission is different. Every mission, like we got like, like I'm thinking like 3 years ago when I started my noni fast, and I started deciding that I was not going to engage in masculine energy politics. I wasn't going to engage in it. I wasn't going to deal with the shenanigans. I was going to shut down my energy, because your energy is powerful, feminine energy. You have the portal of life. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that you are the portal of life, and that you're desired. You are desired by all that is living, because you were designed. You were designed to be infinite. What you carry in you creates you over and over and over again. And why, with this beautiful power as a woman, that we don't like ourselves? We don't like the way we look. We don't like our hips. We don't like, oh, my boobs are too small. My boobs are too big. My hips are too big. My hips are too small. Oh, why can't I be this? Why can't I be that? Why can't I be this? You are fine just the way you are. You are magnificent. You are so beautiful, astonishing, radiant. Never allow this social experiment to take your memory away. Women here, our women got amnesia. They don't, they're not remembering who they are. Remember who you are. I am a firm believer that the code is going to the feminine energy. The code is restoration of humanity. You know, and I think I spoke this weeks ago, that the reason feminine energy shuts down, they only shut down when it's dire straits. It's in our DNA. We're designed to do that. We don't even understand why. It's just like certain mammals, go into hibernation. They don't understand why they hibernate. They're not sitting up there, well, wintertime, I'm going to hibernate. It's instinctive. We instinctively shut down when masculine energy shuts off. Women are the ruler, the ruler of how masculine energy behaves. They can go on a podium and say how wonderful they are. But if the majority of the feminine energy is shut down, that tells you what is going on in our society. Because women will retreat into themselves by design. You remember I said the butterfly effect? The butterfly effect is when she folds in and dies to self. She'd rather kill herself than to have a man kill her. She kills herself. She folds into herself, and then she rebuilds herself. And in that rebuilding, she develops wings to fly, to travel across nations. What's the mylark does? A marlark becomes a worm. It dies. It gets its wings. And then they begin to fly from the United States all the way to Spain. And only the strong will survive. And what do they do while they're flying over city to city, continent to continent? They're pollinating, they're planting seeds, they're planning. I mean, it's so, how nature works blows me away because our ecosystem is perfection. It's perfection. That's why women do what they do. That's why women shut down. That's when women wild out. Women wild out because when you see a woman wild out and you see a woman on all these sites, she's shutting down emotionally. And personally, just from working behind the chair and coaching, a lot of girls that have been on, that are on these sexual sites and things like that, they have been violated as a child or they've been raped at one time and they're playing it out because the trauma is so deep. The trauma is so deep that they don't even know how to integrate it, heal themselves. They feel alone, and when women start feeling a certain way, they shut down, they shut down, they shut down. But shutting down for a woman is not bad. Because when she goes into hibernation, when she pulls back, when she pulls her womb back, when she pulls her energy back, because a man, they have done it, it is statistically, it is like medical doctors even said so, a man cannot have a long life without the feminine energy. I just heard it on a podcast. A gentleman said that a man will not live long without the feminine energy. But with the feminine energy, if they're happy, the man and the woman and the husband will live longer. It is not rocket science. It's just very simple. And so now with this shift, and I told you guys, I think like about a year ago, I was just sitting outside, just chilling, and I heard these very words. The shift is going to be hard. The shift is going to be so hard, and it's going to be hard on, really hard on the masculine energy because they've been simulated to believe what masculinity really looks like. And I think I've been telling you for over and over again, masculine energy is of service. That's what their archetype is. We are the nurturers. They are of service, but they've gotten in their ego, and that's what I literally saw a vision of them crying in the streets, crying in the streets during the Great Awakening because they will remember the errors of their ways. They will remember the things that everybody will remember. It's the time of remembering. It's the time. Like I've had so many people tell me, I'm on a loop. How do I get off it? Why am I on this loop? How do I get off this loop? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Why am I on this loop? I feel like I'm doing the loop. You will be on that loop until you choose to get off. You will be on that loop until you make a change in your life that will exit you from the loop. When you exit from the loop, then you're able to ascend. You cannot ascend if you don't get off the loop. What do mice do? They continue to continue. They, it's like they don't even get tired. Because once you start looping, it's hard to get off that loop. And so as we go through this shift, we're going to see people. And the reason I feel there's going to be a breakdown is because some people have been looping for so long, they've been looping for lifetimes. Lifetimes. Many years ago, I ran into this man. And like I told you guys, I'm an intuitive and I'm a seer. And I remember what happened is I have a real good friend and she was with me one day and something happened. And I don't know, because sometimes I'll see someone and I'll have a message for them. I can't explain it. It just random. It happens. So gave a message to this one person, and this friend of mine saw me. So she calls another friend, and a friend, she tells the friend, which is a gentleman, he that I was gifted. So what they did, they kind of like pinholed me. They had me come to her house, and he was sitting at the table, and oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. When I looked in this man's life, and when I looked in his eyes, I literally saw lifetimes. Not one, not two, not three, many. And I looked at him and said, why are you here now? Why do you keep choosing this same spot and place over and over again? And he goes, you saw that? And guess what he was doing? He was going to different timelines, gathering information, gathering information of technology so he could be head of the game. So what he would do is he would timeline into his future, get the information, and come back to the present. But what got me about it is the energy that I felt from him. It was a methodical way he was doing it. He wasn't doing it in a good process. He was doing it to try to trick the system, try to trick, because when you have gifts and you've had gifts for a very long time and you reincarnate it over and over and over and over again, what happens, it becomes a game of reincarnation. Many of you know if you're going to come back. You know if you have to re-enter into this timeline again, reincarnate here. And that's pretty much what he was doing. He had reincarnated so many times, it became a game to him. It became a process of gathering information. So it was almost like, I know I'm going to be back over here again. So I'm going to reincarnate and remember as much information that I can in this firmament so I can be here, so I can be up on the game. And a lot of people do it, but some people do it with malice. Some people don't do it in a good way. Yeah, yeah, people do that. And when you start ascending and seeing the veil so thin, you're going to begin to see how you'll be able to see a person that's looping. And some people do it unconsciously, but some people do it intentionally. And I'm telling you, every time you jump and you timeline jump, the more knowledge you will get about what's really going on in this timeline, what's really going on in the matrix. And there are pros that are professional reincarnators. That's what they do. And so I am talking to him, and I had no clue because this was during a time that my gifts were really hardcore. I was getting new ones, so I didn't remember them. I didn't really know. I just knew what I was feeling, and so I would just say what I don't even know what I was thinking. I would just say it, right. And he literally said this. Shelley was right. But what was the most freakiest thing is I was looking into his eyes and I could see his timeline. I could see how many times he was coming back. And it was crazy because every time he reincarnated, he got more powerful. And it was so weird to see that because I didn't even know, because I was kind of like, with this gift, this particular gift, I was really baby in it. I was new in it. And when I saw him, I could see where he came from. I could see the incarnation. I could see how many times. And you guys, it was crazy. And then while I'm looking at him, he just looked at me like this weird look, right? And it was like that look of, she knows. She knows what I'm doing. And then he looks me straight in the eye and he goes, give me a reading. And I go, you won't like what I have to say. And then he paused. And I told him. And he goes, I thought Miss Shelley was full of it. How did you know that? I goes, in your aura. I saw your timeline. I saw you. I saw who you were. I saw what you've been doing. And I go, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You shouldn't be doing that. One time you're going to jump in the wrong timeline. So it does happen. So as we start shifting, your eyes will become brighter. The things you see will become obvious. The intuition that you feel will become strong. If you feel like you're not in the right timeline, you can tell. Because in this shift, timelines are slipping. And I don't know if you ever felt like you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you feel like almost dizzy. You have shifted into a timeline for a short period of time and came back on your timeline. What a deja vu is? A deja vu is you going back into your past for a moment of time and coming back to your present. You are always shifting at one time or another. How you shift is determined on the work that you're doing. Some people are shifting out of control with no reason, with no understanding, because they're not awakened. It's like they're on a ship, and I'm talking about not a one with a motor, on a little boat, in a storm, being thrown here to there, here to there, here to there. And that's why you see a lot of those people have mental illness. A lot of those people have associate disorders. That's why I feel like kids that have Down syndrome or that have autism, they came here on a mission. They do have a very sensitive timeline because they are trying. That's why they're sensory. Everything about them. You want to help kids with autism realize that everything about them is about frequency. You change the frequency, they will calm. You change the frequency, it will relax them. The reason they can't handle loud noises, and I don't know if you're becoming like that, is like the more you ascend, the less you can hear loud noises. Like they kind of like irritate you. Like if you hear a siren, you literally have to cover your ears because it's painful. Because what's happening is your hearing is starting to heighten because you're in a higher timeline. You're shifting to a higher timeline. So everything around you will be a little bit sensitive. You'll be at work and somebody will come by you and you'll feel them. You'll feel their essence. You'll feel their spirit. You'll feel who they are. You don't really understand it all, but you can feel it. Do anyone have any questions? You get shifts a lot? You get a lot of shifts? It's kind of it's a weird feeling. My girlfriend, uh, she's out of the country right now, and she said she was on a date and she just fainted. Like you're just like, and I go, you remember that? I go, you remember during COVID, I almost fainted and she gave me some salt. It was crazy. So we've been shifting for a long time, but what happens is the thinner the veil gets, the more we are conscious of it. Especially you guys that are doing the work. Anybody that's doing the work, gonna feel it. Anybody that's doing the work is gonna feel the shift. That's what's so interesting about that. You know, and I think when this atlas comes in, I don't know. I'm just going by my intuition, and I'm not a scientist. I'm just spiritual, and I can feel things. This atlas is a very powerful energy, and the reason I say it is coming through our atmosphere, and it's coming in with frequency, and it's coming in our quantum field. Think about it. And so you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that in your body. You're going to feel that in your consciousness. You're going to feel that. Like you will feel that. Like, you get up in the morning and you're exhausted. Like I've had some rest, but I'm still tired. And one thing I want to say, drink a lot of water. Like for some reason, I've been drinking a lot of water and I'm on this pineapple kick. I just got to be eating pineapple or mango or you know, and I would be eating watermelon, but it's out of season. But I'm just feeling like I just really need to just always constantly drink, my lips, everything. It's just everything. It's like because guess what? Our bodies are changing and we're 75, 80% water. Our brain is 90%. Now, so think about that. We have to hydrate ourselves during this shift. And one thing I say to people, I don't care what, don't even like, If somebody tells you you lazy, just ignore them. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you rest. If you do not rest, guess what? Source will make sure you rest. You'll get a cold. Like right now, my knee. I tell you, I've been having problems with my knee for about a week because I won't rest. I'm trying to rest. And look, I went out today. I had a conference today, but I need to rest. Especially if you guys are here doing work, you need to rest. We have to rest. We have to take care of our souls. We have to take care of our souls. Because as we integrate, guess what's going to happen? Source is bringing the tribe together. And like I told you guys, I've been there, like I've been on this channel since 2011, but I didn't start talking about my journey until 2020. And one thing I was saying is that 2016, I was in Europe and I had a vision, and what I was shown is I saw the tribe. And I did not, now I understand it, but at the time I did not understand it. And this was 2016. And I'm in Europe, and I was in a writer's block because I was doing a show, and I was having a hard time. The show wasn't, creatively I wasn't doing well, and so I was on a deadline. I couldn't figure it out. I was just, I had no creativity. My brain was just nothing there. So I freaked out because I was on a deadline. I had to have this done. I forgot to tell you, I have a background in creative art. So I was actually doing a fashion show for Bessie Johnson, and I was doing this show for Bessie Johnson, and I'm sitting here and nothing's in my head. I don't got nothing to give her. I have nothing. And I went to Europe. And so when I went to Europe, I was there for about 2 weeks. And when I got to the second week, I'm just beside myself because nothing's coming in. Nothing's coming in. I can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. So nothing's coming in. So what I did is I just said, I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna take a walk. And I remember just having this talk with Source, and I said, I'm sorry, my leg, my leg, my leg. My bad, you guys. My bad. I was trying to move my leg, my leg, my leg, my leg. I tell you, my knee is real bad right now. So anyway, so what I did is I said, well, I'm gonna take a walk. And I took a walk, and I come to this place. I was like, it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. I was in Stockholm's, and I don't know why I chose Stockholm's, but I went to Stockholm's. I just needed to get out of the United States. So I'm sitting on a rock, and as I'm sitting on the rock, I have this vision. And it was a vision. It was so weird because it was a 3D vision. I had a vision. It was when I saw it at first, it looked like the sun. And then over here, I saw the pyramids, and then I saw the tribe. Like, so I could see the tribe, but then I saw the pyramids. And I'm going like, what? And then I'm having this thing. And so I thought that the the sun that I saw was, and it had prongs on the sun. It had little prongs, right? And I'm thinking it's people ascending. That's what I thought. It was people ascending. It was totally, I was getting a look at 2020. That's what I was getting a look. Then I looked over here and I saw the tribe. And then when I saw the tribe, we all looked tired. We all looked like we were been in a battle. We all looked like we had been doing a lot of integration. And I remember what Source told me at that time. He goes, I'm gathering you all together. I'm bringing you all together. And and he said, I know you've been alone. I know you guys have been alone. I know it's been difficult, but we are coming together. We are coming together. And so it was so interesting because when that happened, I just started really just trying to figure out what that meant. I came back, and that's when I started my second business, because on the rock, I was told to start the business. So in that whole little sit down, I was told to start a business. I was told the tribe, we were all coming together, and I saw 2020. And I was just like, I didn't understand it until 2020, what happened with the 2020, the 2016 dream of the ascension that I thought that was going on. And people did ascend. I just didn't know they were going to ascend that way. So when I came back, that's when I realized, immediately when I came back, I started meeting people that were like us. I met a woman from Australia. I met a woman from uh, uh, England. I was meeting people from all over the world. And so that was an opportunity that Source was showing me. We're coming home. And home is collectively, we are becoming, just like you put the heart, Snow. You put the heart, that's a recognition that we are one. We are God's one. He's trying to get us to remember, so we can remember how, like, we are affecting each other. It's so crazy, because it's almost like people that are stuck in their timeline. And I talked about this a few weeks ago. Like, it's almost like you're stuck in a room with a projector of experiences, but you never leave that room. Think about that. Thinking that it's like the meta. You know how you put the things on their head? Could you imagine never leaving your room, but having life experiences with gargles on your eyes? Having all the expression, but it's assimilation. So you must remember and go out into nature. You must remember who you are. We must remember who we are in the collective. We must remember how much love we have for each other. We must remember that without love, we become assimilated. We become assimilation. We become part of the metaverse. Without love, without peace, without connection. That's why we must all awaken. I want to thank you guys for showing up, showing out, coming by. I love you. And I just randomly decided to come and say hi and hello. And Snow, I so appreciate you. You are the bomb.com. You guys have a good night. And remember my merch. And my website is in my bio too. So thank you so much, and have a good night. Bye bye.